Morning, everyone. I've got a couple of minutes to spare, so I'm squeezing in this presentation in some of the same venue as the last two. Today we are continuing to look at the Sermon on the Mount, Matthew's Gospel, chapter 5. And Jesus says, I have not come to abolish the law, I have come to fulfill it. I think it's quite important. Jesus, in all the teachings that are there within the Jewish tradition, some of them are pretty tough. But Jesus, in his own way, saying, look, wherever they come from, I'm not here to change them. I've come to fulfill them. And we need to appreciate that they're there still for us. The way in which we interpret them may be slightly different because circumstances, the way in which the world in which we live might be different to that Jesus grew up in and that he preached in. But those rules, those laws are still valid. You might as well say, well, what about the modern relevance? Lord, there are things going on. Life goes on. Life gets busy. There's so many things you need to do. How are we going to possibly fit in religion? And unfortunately, this leads to a concept known as selective morality. In other words, we pick and choose about what we want to follow. We're very good at doing that, aren't we? We pick and choose. We choose the ones that suit us, and those that don't suit us, well, no, the church is being too strict. No, God will understand. Well, that's not what Jesus is saying. God says, I haven't come to abolish the law. It's still there. And so we're confronted by that harsh message from Jesus. He's saying to those people, especially some Catholics, who say, I'm Catholic, but I don't believe everything that the Catholic Church says. Well, there's a name for that. That means that you're not Catholic. Sorry, because Catholics do what the Catholic Church says. And you might say, no, come on, you can't say that. That's harsh. Well, it might be harsh, but it's a reality. We can't have a selective morality. We can't pick and choose. Because if we're going to follow the way of the Lord, we need to know what the way of the Lord is. And I think, unfortunately, that's the sadness of these days. Many people don't know what the church is saying, and yet they're arguing against it. Well, that's a better way of doing things is to ask the people who know and find out that, in fact, you actually do what the Lord wants us to do. This passage for today might be a wake-up call for a lot of people. Nevertheless, you have a wonderful day. We'll see you again. God bless. Bye-bye.